Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Maurice Huff, and I am the author of the 17 Laws of Nature. Today, I want to talk a little bit about nature and fruit. There is a verse in the Bible that says, I'm going to probably paraphrase it a little bit, that you should know a tree by its fruits. You should know a tree by its fruits. So, one time I was having a talk with a family member, and they had asked me, what is your litmus test? How can you tell if a person that you're dealing with, whether it be a family or a friend, how do you tell if that person is really your friend? How can you tell if they're really sincere? How can you tell if they are real or are they fake? And I didn't really think too much about it, but I just thought about the verse. You should know a tree by its fruit. In other words, you should know a person by their actions. You should know a person by their actions. Notice I didn't say words, but actions. So, what do you do when you're going through life and you're trying to become the best version of yourself, and you're trying to learn some of life lessons not only for yourself, but lessons that you could pass on to your children or your friends or close family members. And you think about the verse about you should know a tree by its fruits. Well, fruits are very interesting. You have all different kinds of fruits. You have domestic fruits in different parts of the world. You have tropical fruits depending on the climate that you're in. You have certain fruits that are sweet, and then you have certain fruits that are bitter. But in the verse, in the Bible, in the good book, it says that you should know a tree by its fruits. So, let's talk about me for a second. I'm going to make it personal. There was a time in my life where I was kind of going through a lot of issues, probably because of trauma that went unresolved, probably because I didn't take therapy or seek counseling for the internal issues that I was having. So oftentimes the issues that I was having would result in behavior issues. Now I'm talking about myself as far as in my adolescence, teenage years, and even young adult life. And there was people that I'm sure that would call me was a problem child, a bad kid, whatever type of adjective they wanted to give me. That's just what it was. Did I feel that way about myself? At a certain point, yes, because I heard it so much. But as I got older and I started to kind of look at myself and even look at others through a more analytical framework, I thought, okay, true enough, maybe I was a bad fruit. Maybe I was a bad seed. But I remember growing up and going through hard times to where sometimes you had to eat the bad fruit, right? And so how did you eat the bad fruit? You just picked around the pieces that was bad. You threw out the bad pieces, and you went on ahead about your business, and you still ate that fruit. And the part of that fruit that was good, you got nutritional value out of it. Okay? So the point that I'm trying to make, or the moral of the story is that oftentimes in life, none of us are perfect. We all have our own personal issues. And me in particular, in my young life, I had some trauma, some things that I had to deal with. And I had to take certain necessary steps to kind of purge myself out of the bad parts. And even with that, I'm sure that I still have more bad parts to pick out. But what I did do is understand that there are parts of me that's good, right? Even the worst person, there is some good in them. Hopefully it's more good than bad, but people that have been judged, or people that have went through some things, people that they say that they're just going to be another statistic, people that they say is just a product of their environment, you can be redeemed. I feel like if I can be redeemed, and I tell everybody, I'm being serious, I'm not exaggerating. I feel that in my worst state, I was one of the worst people in the world. And somehow, there is some redeemable parts of me that I've been able to bring out of myself. Thanks to God, I can't take any credit for it as far as just the striving part. But what I tried to do was make myself the best fruit possible by just trying my best to pick out the bad parts, right? And then even going further, when you should judge a tree by its fruits or a person by their actions, oftentimes you can look at a person's life, you can look at a person's environment where they live, you can look at a person's immediate social circle, you can look how a person talks, right? These are all examples of fruits, right? That the tree that comes from the tree that it bears. And so, when you're moving through your life and you ever want to know what somebody's about or what kind of situation it is, I'm not saying 100% of the time, nothing in this world is 100%, but you can judge a tree by its fruit. You can judge a situation by its results. You can judge a person by their actions. This is a universal law. It's spiritual, universal, everyday life law, and you can pretty much take that, all throughout life. So that's just kind of one of the lessons I was thinking about today as I was, philosophizing to myself, as I often do. And, I think that might be a good little natural law, a life lesson that you can learn from nature that bears itself out in this everyday life. So talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.